Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, government's quest to secure an international monetary fund program by second quarter set to be determined in Parliament today as House considers three key revenue measures. Also, tax consultant Dr. Abdallah Ali Nachia attributes challenges in passing three key revenue measures to lack of consultation on government's part, and some economists describe as bad timing proposed zero financing of government's budget by the Bank of Ghana for this year. Great to be with you. My name is Daryl. Kwawu. Government's quest to ensure that it secures an IMF deal by second quarter of this year could be decided in Parliament today. This is because the House is expected to consider three key revenue measures described as preconditions for the IMF program. Here's George Jaffe.
The three revenue measures which government describes as key and very important are the Income Tax Amendment Bill, the Excise Duty Amendment Bill, and the Growth and Sustainability Amendment Bill. Government claims these measures are needed to improve the revenue situation of the country. It has also described it as key revenue measure that is required before Ghana can go to the IMF board for program approval. The Finance Ministry has argued that if it fails to get approval for these tax measures, it could affect efforts to close a deal with the IMF from next month. And also shouldn't forget about the expected shocks for the economy as well. However, this hasn't gone down well with the various businesses in the country, from importers, commerce, and manufacturing firms. These businesses argue that they have already been burdened with too many taxes. Therefore, this new set of revenue measures could lead to their collapse. Some of them have even questioned the argument that the IMF program is requiring government to put across these revenue measures. The minority in Parliament, on the other hand, has argued that they will oppose these bills unless government takes steps to cut its expenditure and address the concerns of these businesses. Well, some have indeed argued that we are set for another showdown in Parliament today.
Well, meantime, tax consultant and lawyer Dr. Abdallah Ali Nachia says government has struggled to get these taxes passed because of a lack of consultation.
Look at the levy you are bringing, a growth and stabilization levy. Take the mining and petroleum sector. It is on their turnover, which is the same base on which they pay royalty. So tentatively, you are increasing royalties from 5% to 6%. Tell them that, engage them, and they will buy into it. But to spring it as bringing it through the back door is what creates the problem. Because remember, if I want to reduce my profit, I'll give you all my turnover. But if you can't even investigate my cost structure, what do? We have challenges of transfer pricing. Unless you find it out, he goes away and you have very little to take from his income.
You heard tax consultant Dr. Abdallah Ali Nachia. Now, some economists have described as bad the timing for the proposed zero financing of government's budget for this year. Bank of Ghana has indicated that it will move to halt financing of government's budget for 2023 should it get the required approval by next week. But some economists argue that looking at the current state of the economy, there should be some room for the Bank of Ghana financing. Professor Lord Mensah is one of those economists.
Central bank financing is not bad. I mean, all the emerging markets and the developing markets, you see this central bank financing, taking place with, strong conditions. And usually, you don't expect the tenure of such financing to go beyond 1 year. But I think we have abused that kind of finance. For now, filling in that, deficit gap of finance, our government's hands are tied now. Avenues and then the spaces for borrowing are closed. So effectively, I would say the timing may be wrong now to say strictly going for zero financing. Maybe somewhere 10%, financing will do for now.
Professor Lord Mensah is an economist. The total value of Ghana's economy has witnessed some significant growth over the last 3 months. This is despite the current challenges facing the economy. New data from the Bank of Ghana puts the value at around 615 billion cedis. However, the challenge here is that despite the growth in the monetary value of the economy, the country's debt is also rising. The Bank of Ghana puts the country's total debt around 576 billion cedis, representing 93.5% of the total value of Ghana's economy. Financial analyst Courage Bote is hopeful a long-term implementation of Bank of Ghana's gold purchase program could provide some strength for the local currency. The Bank of Ghana started the gold purchase program for mining companies operating in Ghana to avert pressures on the local currency. Speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Bote said the initiative could be strengthened by engaging all stakeholders operating in the forex space in the future.
Well, yes, this hasn't given where we ended last year, and at some point last year we were around 15, 16 cedi to a dollar, and the fact that yes, it's been volatile, moving between a band of about 11 cedi 70 pesos to about 13 cedi 20 pesos so far this year. But if you look at it in terms of the year-to-date depreciation, about 22 or so percent depreciation compared to what it was sometime last year and the pressures we ended the year with, I think the depreciation pressures have been fairly contained. And I dare say that the Bank of Ghana's gold purchase program to shore up the reserves seem to have played a role in that regard.
You had financial analyst Courage Bote. Now, Commissioner for Domestic Tax at the Ghana Revenue Authority, Edward Jamara, has assured businesses of protecting their information systems in the implementation of electronic VAT processes. There are fears by some businesses, chief executives, that their database may be compromised when given full access to the authority to install the electronic system. The issue came up during an engagement with businesses on the new VAT system. Here's more.
The engagement was for 600 business owners and chief executives to dialogue on the next stage of the electronic VAT implementation process. Concerns on confidentiality of their systems were raised since the Ghana Revenue Authority will be having access to the database of their sales operations. Commissioner for Domestic Tax, Edward Jamara, assured the officials of the authority are bound by law to protect information of their clients.
Taxpayer information has always been kept secret by the GRA, and for that matter by officers of GRA. We have provisions in the tax laws which debar any officer working for the Ghana Revenue Authority to disclose any taxpayer's information to a third party.
He, however, described the just-ended pilot phase of the implementation program as a successful one.
Extremely successful. And as I indicated, I think the e-invoicing is what we all need to support. That is what can solve our VAT and that declaration for us.
Other business owners outside Accra are expected to be engaged as well before the full implementation begins.
The International Chamber of Commerce is asking stakeholders within the supply chain sector to facilitate investment among stakeholders to improve trade. According to its Secretary General, Emmanuel Donikwame, this will aid the private sector in its quest to scale up operations. Speaking to Joy Business, he maintained that there is the need for supply chain management to be supported by smooth payment system for transactions across the continent.
First is to know the gaps that are available. Any young entrepreneur who develops any technology that can facilitate trade should be encouraged, especially on the continent. We should have a way of making our payment system less burdensome, more efficient, and then less costly, less expensive. Once we're able to do that, and the next thing is the cost of transport, and that calls for heavy infrastructure. I believe there should be a conscious effort to invest in rail, and also to have policies that allow for the private sector to invest in the transport sector.
Emmanuel Donikwame, Secretary General of the International Chamber of Commerce. Now, on Investor Eye today, always seek education on the investment scheme you intend to put your money in. You can always visit the websites of the Securities and Exchange Commission to identify investment companies in good standing. Let's listen to Emmanuel Mensah-Pia, Director in charge of Risk Management Department at the Securities and Exchange Commission.
It doesn't make sense when you save not to invest. So a lot of people have saved money and are searching for places to invest their money. Now, a significant issue here is about ignorance. Ignorance about investment, ignorance about investment vehicles. And when you add the desire to save with ignorance about the investment environment, then you are setting up yourself for a scam. We always say that you have to invest your mind before you invest your money, because you have to understand what you are putting your money into. So if you look at the environment we have now, where a lot of people are saving, and they are not sure where to put their money. So somebody comes in and says a lot of sweet words, high returns and all that. So they give the money to those people.
You had Emmanuel Mensah, PR Director in charge of Risk Management Department at the Securities and Exchange Commission. Investor Eye comes your way every Tuesday and Thursday on the Joy Business Report on the Super Morning Show. Let's check the markets as we wrap up. Crude oil went down marginally from yesterday's trading, selling this morning at $78 a barrel. Gold lost $4 and is going for $1,963 an ounce. Cocoa trading at $2,888 a ton. That's your update on the commodity market. Next to the currency market, where the dollar is going for 12 cedis 13 pesos. In the retail or forex market, is the pound also going for 14 cedis 80 pesos, and the euro selling at 13 cedis. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Winston is here with more of the Super Morning Show.
Yes, Daryl, the dollar, the city is doing very well.
Yeah.
Whenever I see the city performing, I am happy for a simple reason.
Why is that? Oh,
fuel prices in the perform.
Yeah,
the fuel prices. They've been worrying, and you see when the fuel prices go down, a lot of things go down.
Oh, we are told to expect a significant reduction. From April,
yes. From Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So
no. Okay, yeah. Tomorrow is
more than half tank.
Saturday is first.
Yeah,
wow.
Saturday is first. I have more than half tank, so I'm waiting patiently. Then I'll go and top up.
Yeah. Good morning to Dinah Nyako Dankwa. She's an ardent listener of the Super Morning Show and Joy FM. Yeah, I met her yesterday. She was so excited. Yeah.
Good stuff. You're a big man. You know, someone told me that he actually named his son Daryl because of you.
I've heard a couple of people say that too, but
Kelly, you're a star.
Oh no, but
Daryl Kwawu.
Okay, so
Akwafu.
It's humbling. It's humbling to hear.
Akwafu Odomi. Is that where you come from?
Yeah.
Odomi, that's where you come from.
Yeah.
Okay, Akwafu. I know.
Follow Bara. Do you know what that means?
Akwafu. Let's send it here.
That means you've done well. Congratulations.
I can't speak.
Oh, what language does Raymond speak? What's his mother tongue?
Ask him, Raymond.
It's taking you a while to respond.
As a member of the Dua family of Jabin, I speak Asante Chi.
Oh wow! I don't think I've heard you speak Asante Chi.
Oh, I try. I do a very wonderful work at it. Okay. I mean, many in this republic.
You say something
with the people from Manchester
because of the inability to speak the Fanti.
Today you have.
I'm identified my mother's side fully.
Okay, so can you introduce an inspirational song in Asante Chi?